Hi, Aquarius, or anyone watching for Aquarius. So this is a love tarot reading. They'll take a look at all of December, but it may resonate whenever you find it. As I'm looking at your energy, it seems as though somebody left things very open-ended the last time you dealt with them. And I feel like the difficulty here is that the situation was never closed out with this person. That's kind of what's on your mind this month. It feels almost like this person left you in limbo. It could be that they said they had some things that they needed to deal with and they would get back to you. Or it could just be that this person has a tendency to get very, very quiet and leave you to make your own assumptions. Now, for those of you who are trying to figure out what's going on with this person, I feel like perhaps you've looked into their behavior, whether it was checking social media or asking people that you both know. And it seems as though they've decided to deal with someone else. Now, I feel like whoever this person is someone that they've painted in a very negative light to you in the past. So this could be like the mother of their children or the father of their children. Or an ex-partner. There's an energy here of this person having told you the things that they wanted out of life and making it sound as though the two of you would be doing those things together, and then I feel like very quickly this person decided to do something with someone else, but it came after a period of you just kind of waiting for this person to make good on what they told you, right? Like, what's the point of sharing your future and telling me all of your dreams for the future if you're still viewing me as not being 100% sure that I'm who you want? And I feel like this person didn't really convey that, when they were having these discussions with you. They weren't saying like, well, one day I want to get married, right? It's more the energy of being like, I want to marry you, right? This person, I feel like when you met them, they probably had a lot of baggage and they made it seem as though they were over it or they had released it. But I'm seeing that this person was not ready to have like that fresh start with you. There's still an energy of this person either waiting to reconcile with someone or still having feelings for someone to the point that they were on the fence about this connection, and I don't feel like that's something that they were conveying to you. For some of you, this is the kind of person that will start an argument with you when things start to get really deep. And then all of a sudden you see them spending time with someone else from their past, right? And so it's got you really feeling as though this person, because I feel like for a lot of you, you kind of have been dealing with this for a while. That this person will eventually get bored wherever they are because there's a very deep connection between the two of you. But the issue is that this is not changing, right? This is kind of this person's pattern or their behavior. And it makes you wonder if you can even trust the things this person says, right? When this person is giving you attention, is this genuine? Is this something that can really go somewhere this time? What else do you not know about this person, right? Because if they're presenting themselves to you as being someone who's so stable and they're ready for love, but then when you get close to them, they very quickly pull away and kind of minimize your connection, right? By putting someone on a pedestal that they've talked pretty badly about with what I'm seeing here, it makes you wonder, what else don't I know about this person? What is the truth of this person? Who are they really versus who they're showing me? And that's something that's really bothering you is like, does this person just want me in their life for sex? Or do I just feel some sort of need for this person in private, right? But in public, it's like I don't even exist, So I feel like you have more questions than answers at this time, unfortunately. And it doesn't feel like this person is really available to ask those questions to, right? For some of you, you don't want to ask this person because you don't want to feel needy. I feel like this person came into your life and they described whoever their ex-partner was. to you. But the way that they did it was like, this person is very codependent. This person always wants attention. You know, they're very, very jealous. And so it's almost like the story that they told you about why they were turned off from that person. If you really look at it and you look at the way this person behaves, you may start getting a bigger understanding of why their last partner behaved that way. Because my guess is that the person you're dealing with probably treated their last partner the way they're treating you, and that activated that person's insecurities, because that's what they're doing to you. So I feel like even though you would like answers to your questions, you don't want to be put in the category of the ex-partner who is very jealous, or you don't want to come off like you're being very insecure. But I kind of feel like that's your person's way of conditioning their partners to not ask them questions like, where is this going? What is this doing? By coming into a relationship and saying like, oh, my ex was crazy. They always wanted to know where I was, or they were always accusing me of doing things. That sets the tone for you to feel like you can't ask those questions, even if they're legitimate, right? So unfortunately, you're not bringing it to this person. You're just kind of sitting here in this confusion of like, okay, well, like, are we over? I don't want to come off like I'm insecure, but at the same time, this feels like I'm being gaslit. I really have feelings for this person. Did they not feel what I felt, right? As I'm looking at your question for the future of this relationship, you have the Page of Wands. So I feel like you're wanting to know the direction of this. Is this just a fling, right? Was this something that perhaps you feel like you were the only one who felt what you feel? But you're also asking yourself, was this person just using me until they could get this old energy back, right? Was I just something to do to make them feel better? Because I thought we had a genuine connection, and then they said all this really negative stuff about this past partner, but now they're ignoring me, and here they are with this person all the time. So I'm really confused, right? Was this person just using me, or did they ever have genuine feelings for me, right? I think you want to know what's going to happen in regards to this situation. You know, are they going to see it for what it is, that they're trying to like hit the reset button on something that's clearly over, right? It seems as though the person they're dealing with outside of you, there's some sort of like karmic tie. So for some of you, this could be a twin. There's an energy here of this person that you're dealing with sabotaging their own happiness. So let me take a look at that. Yeah, you know, for some of you, this person has like a sex addiction. But for others of you, this person is just a cheater, you know, and that's kind of where they get their power, is by making people obsess over them. They do this on purpose. You know, this is someone who will pay you a lot of attention and then leave very quickly and act like perhaps your connection never existed until it suits them, right? So I think for some of you, you're very curious about how you should handle the situation moving forward, because it's getting to a point where you're starting to wonder if this is stopping you from meeting someone new, right? Is this just going to keep happening this way? Now, I feel like you're not really communicating with this person at this time, because when I'm looking into what you really want or what you're waiting for, you got the Four of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like for this month, you're really thinking about what you will say, right, when this person comes back, because I feel like this is somebody who their attention switches. You know, sometimes they're really into you, sometimes they're gone, then they're into you, then they're gone. So you feel like it's only a matter of time, you know, before whatever they're working on will not work, right? Because it hasn't worked before. So there's an energy here of you just kind of waiting for this person to come back so that you can break up with them, right? And you might not be in a relationship, but it's like you're coming to the realization that this isn't something that you want to keep doing, because it seems like as soon as this person gets you hooked, they very quickly disappear, and then you see them with someone else, and it diminishes your confidence, right? So there's an energy here of you having changed, right? You're kind of waiting for that opportunity to kick this person out of your life because you know their return is inevitable. But because they left this so open-ended, you didn't have that opportunity, right? You're not willing to ask the difficult questions because you're looking at it like your behavior has told me everything that I need to know. And as I'm looking back, I offered you something, I offered you my heart, but it seems like all you were interested in was feeling good in the moment, right? Now, as I'm looking at your advice for your higher self, you got the 8 of Wands in the reverse. So this is making me feel as though if you are on the fence about communicating with this person or reaching out to this person and being like, hey, what the hell? You're actually being advised to steer clear from that. I feel as though there's an energy of perhaps this being a reoccurring theme where people are leaving you kind of in limbo. You might have experienced that in your love life. Spirit is asking you to take a look at any blockages in your life that might be affecting the movement of relationships. So are you subconsciously attracting people who have someone always kind of waiting in the wings, right? It feels like this may be a thing where you attract people who are already married, or you're attracting people who are really hung up on their ex-partners. And I feel like that has a lot to do with you perhaps being a little bit nervous about being with someone for the long term. Some of you have experienced a separation in your life, whether that was your own parents divorcing or that was a divorce that you went through. And I feel like after that separation, you've been very solo. Like you might have been dealing with people, but it was never anything serious. So it almost feels like perhaps you're attracting partners where it's not going to go anywhere. Let's see why that would be. This is you fearing heartache, being very afraid of getting your heart broken. So it's almost easier to attract people that are not available, right? Because I feel like when this person came into your life, they were talking about their exes. They were telling you about their situations. And that's somebody who's not healed, right? If they're discussing all of the things that were wrong with their relationship. And it is good to talk about the things that didn't work so that you can kind of get an idea of what your new partner's looking for. But I feel like this is someone that came into your life with so much baggage that those were all red flags. You know what I mean? Why are you bringing your exes into our relationship? Or on the first date, why are you bringing your ex to this date? You don't even know me, and you're telling me your whole life story with this other person. You attracted someone who wasn't healed because there's still healing for you to do, right? It's almost like you're fearing getting your heart broken again. So you're attracting people that are still hung up on someone else and they're not emotionally available. So it might be something that you want to take a look into this month. But I feel as though in regards to this situation, you're planning on kicking this person out of your life, and for some of you, you may do it in a way where it's just very abrupt. You'll let this person come back, you'll listen to what they have to say, and then you might just block them, right? Yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So I feel as though, Aquarius, whatever it is that you're kind of thinking with this sun in the reverse, what else don't I know about this person? You're absolutely right. This person, I feel like, has some really crummy ways about them. I guess I'll say it that way. So if there's something that you're picking up on, maybe this person is outright lying to you and saying oh, that's just my friend, or, oh, me and my ex hang out, but it's nothing. It is something, right? You got reflect. Keep your eyes open. Joy lives in small places. So I feel like Spirit is asking you to reflect on some of the things that you've been through, because this 8 of Wands in the reverse is talking about recreating the same situations where it's almost like you're at the mercy of someone else, and sometimes we recreate situations in our lives where we want the outcome to be different, so maybe in the past, if you were in a relationship and you ended up getting a divorce or a separation and that person left you and you feel like you should have left them sooner, maybe subconsciously you're recreating a situation where you leave first. You know what I mean? If you can get to the bottom of this blockage, I feel like you're going to see a lot of movement in your life. But it seems as though you're attracting people into your life that are not giving you what you want. It's like they expect you to make all these sacrifices and take them back regardless of how they behave. And I just feel like there's a boundary here that really needs to be set. in regards to this person. And it looks like this month you will. So that's really good. I'm going to take a look in the extended because I'm really curious about this person and kind of what they've got going on. I'll pull 16 cards, and if you're interested, the link is in the description box, but I will put the preview at the end of this video. I'll speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, take care. Bye. This is someone who will try to confuse you, make you think you don't know how you feel. You don't know what's best for you, right? I know what's best for you. I know how you feel. You're just being silly. You're being overly emotional, right? You're just depressed. You've got issues. Stop putting your issues on me, right? Please see this for what this is. You could be dealing with a narcissist. You could have attracted a partner that's very similar to whoever this big hurt came from, Four of Wands in the reverse. For why this person will do this? Well, because they want you to stick around. If they can confuse you enough, then maybe you'll give them another try, right? But to them, it's like they just kind of go back and forth, to be honest with you. That's literally what I'm seeing. King of Cups, King of Swords, and in between this is Judgment.